Hey, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we are getting into, well, maybe the oldest and most profound question we can ask ourselves. And we're going to do it by looking at some really fascinating source material. So, yeah, let's just dive right in. I mean, think about it for a second. Who am I? It's a question that's been bouncing around for thousands of years, right? Who are you really? It sounds so simple, but man, the search for that answer, that can be a journey that takes a whole lifetime. So, okay, where do you even start with a question that big? Well, the source material we're looking at today points to two kind of fundamental paths. You've got one path, the outward path. That's the scientist, right? Exploring the external universe, seeing it as this incredible symphony of strings. But then there's the other path, the inward one. This is where the mystics and ancient wisdom come in, and they've always said the same thing. Nope, the answer isn't out there, it's inside you. All right, so let's start with that first path, the outward one. Because let's be honest, it's the one most of us are on, day to day. And it brings up a really important question. Are we actually looking for happiness in the right places? You know the drill, right? It's the story we're all told. You find happiness in stuff, material things. You get the perfect job, the big house, the latest phone. We kind of build our entire lives around chasing these things because we're convinced that's where real, lasting joy is hiding. But is it? The material we're exploring today has this really powerful metaphor for that kind of happiness. It calls it castles in the sand. And, well, you can probably guess what that implies about how long it lasts. Okay, so let's play this out. Imagine you get the car you have always dreamed of. A yellow Ferrari. It's sitting in your driveway. That feeling, it is just incredible, right? You're cruising around, showing it off to your friends. You feel on top of the world, and you think, this is it. This feeling is going to last forever. But then, real life happens. That amazing high starts to wear off. A little bit of dissatisfaction starts to creep in. Oh, it needs an oil change. The brakes are squeaking. They need to be replaced. And then one day, bam, the transmission goes out. All of a sudden, your beautiful dream is starting to look like a bit of a headache.
And just like that, the thing that brought you so much joy is now a hassle. This whole Ferrari story, it's a perfect example of a core idea here. Anything material is going to wear out, break down, or fade. And that happiness it gave you, it can actually turn into pain and frustration.
And this quote, this just hits it right on the head. We come into the world, we live, we build all our own creations, our careers, our families, our Ferraris. But someday the tide comes in and washes it all away. The takeaway is simple, but it's huge. Nothing is permanent. So, if everything on the outside is always changing, always shifting like sand, where do we find something that actually lasts? Well, this is where our source material makes a really interesting turn. It tells us to stop looking out there and to start looking inward. And the main tool for this inward journey? It's meditation. The definition given here is so simple and elegant, I love it. Perfect concentration upon a perfect point. That's it. It's about training your mind to focus. The source even compares the mind to a tuning fork. It vibrates at the same frequency as whatever it touches. So what are you focusing it on? And here's another really powerful way to think about it. Imagine life is this massive hurricane. It's chaotic, it's windy, things are flying everywhere. Meditation is the practice of finding that perfectly still, calm center, the eye of the storm, that's right inside of you. It's a place of peace that's there no matter how crazy things get on the outside. Now, if you're wondering why this inward focus is so important, get this. This is a wild fact from our source. With our physical eyes, we only see about 1% of the light spectrum. 1%. Just think about that. It means the reality we see every day is just a tiny, tiny sliver of what's actually out there. The great mystics had a word for this, Maya, the great illusion. It kind of makes you wonder if what we think of as the real world is really the whole story, doesn't it? And hey, this isn't just some abstract philosophical idea. The source actually gives us a really simple, practical technique to get started on this inward path. It's super straightforward. You just start with your toes, tighten the muscles, then relax them. You do that 3 times. Then you just move up your whole body. Your ankles, your thighs, stomach, chest, hands, face, the whole shebang. And at the end, you tense and relax your entire body all at once, 3 times. It's a really simple way to start connecting your mind with your body and learning how to find that stillness. Okay, so when you start practicing this kind of inner stillness, it can lead to a really profound realization, a cosmic one even. And that brings us to our final section, which is called The Ocean in a Drop. This is where we get to the ultimate answer to that big question we started with.
I want you to just let this next thought sink in for a second. You came from the stars. You are stardust. Seriously, the very atoms that make up your body, your bones, your skin, they were forged inside stars billions of years ago. You are not separate from the universe. You are literally made of it.
And this is the core idea, the central claim that our source material keeps coming back to. You are the universe. You just don't know it. It's this mind-bending idea that the whole of existence isn't just out there somewhere. It's also in here, inside of you. And man, this quote from the mystic Kabir from way back in the 15th century, it just says it all, doesn't it? All know that the drop merges into the ocean, but few know that the ocean merges into the drop. We all get the first part, right? A little drop of water falls into the ocean and becomes one with it. Easy. But the really deep wisdom, the mind-blowing part, is realizing that the entire ocean, the whole universe, is also contained right inside that one little drop, inside you. So our source uses this really beautiful image to tie it all together. Think of yourself as a raindrop. You fall, you have this individual existence for a while, and then eventually you return to the ocean, the source. That whole castle in the sand thing, that's your body. It's temporary. But your essence, the water itself, that consciousness, that's eternal. It just goes back to where it came from. So here we are, right back at the beginning, but with a totally new way of looking at it. The journey to answer, who am I? Maybe it isn't about finding something that you're missing. Maybe it's about discovering the entire universe you already have inside you. Which leaves us with one last pretty incredible question to think about. If the universe is within you, what will you discover on your journey?